Genesis 25 and 25. This is the notorious one. Very notorious. So it's the twins being born, Jacob and Esau. Let's just get into it. Genesis 25, we're going to start at actually verse 23. It says, and Yahweh said unto her, two nations are in your womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from your generation, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elders shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. That's what we're going to be addressing as the first idiotic Israelite camp doctrine, is these twins in her womb. There's a doctrine, there's a breakdown, but then there's what's in the book when you use precepts. So now we're going to go to verse 25. We're going to go step by step, because again, we know the doctrines.
Who is Esau according to the Bible? Let's jump back a couple chapters to Genesis chapter 25. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. Now, why would he be red? Because he lacks melanin. So the blood shows forth through his skin. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. So the first child that came out red and hairy, his name, the nation's name, is Esau.
How come precepts never get used? And the first came out red. This is when the camp would stop and start going all over the place. Google images, distracting y'all, redneck, and a lot of y'all fall victim to these stupid ass, just pea-brain examples that they give. Examples in Google images is not precepts. It says the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. So the redness is like a hairy garment. It's not like any other list of things a camp might say in some breakdown, okay? You have to be serious about this.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
So the first one came out red, man. Let's pull up a picture. All right, let's just search up red people. Actually, let's search up rednecks, right? Let's see which people are known for being red, man. Come out the womb being red. So the so-called white man, they're known. This is crazy, man. Redneck pride. I mean, how much simpler can it get, man? How much proud redneck? So, hey, it says Esau came out red, man. And we know who is red upon this earth. They call themselves white, but they're not actually white, man. To be white, that means you're damn translucent. Translucent. These people are not translucent. They're pink. They're red, man. Look at this guy. He's red. And they say redneck pride, man.
A lot of y'all just believe bullshit. And they called his name Esau. So Esau, one of the twins, was born. He was shown to be red all over like a hairy garment. Now from this, and I would even offer $10,000 to anybody who would show me where you see skin color right here. Any Hebrew word in here to show that this is pigmentation, skin color, anything along those lines, I will pay you $10,000. My money is safe. But doesn't skin color get read into this? You know it's not there, but you have a position that it's here. Has there ever been a precept to show that skin color or pigmentation is talking about Genesis 25? Any other connecting precept? Have you ever seen it? No. You've seen Google Images used as a precept, but you have never, ever seen any precept from Genesis to Revelation point to this red all over like a hairy garment being skin color. Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Yaakov, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bore them. So this is the name of the two brothers. The first Esau, the second Jacob. I'm actually going to come back to this later on. In verse 30, when you see Edom, that means Esau because Esau had his name changed to Edom. So when you see like Edom, Idumea, that's just Esau. For those that don't know, I'm not leaving anything uncovered. Anything for somebody to say it's two different people. No, it's the same person, just with a new name. Now, Esau being red all over like a hairy garment. You know, if you're actually honest with yourself, you know it didn't say anything about skin color. What does it mean? Again, that's why I showed the standard in the beginning of the video, that it's through the scriptures that things are revealed, that it's through precepts you get proper understanding. So what am I going to do? I'm going to show a precept to get a proper understanding to Genesis 25 and 25, Esau being red all over like a hairy garment. So we're going to go first to Exodus 36 and 19. And it says, not me, so don't say that, man, you said. We're reading that it says, and he made a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red. This is Moses. If you don't like it, take it up with him. Actually, take it up with the Most High. Now, what does ram skins dyed red have to do with Esau being red all over like a hairy garment? Well, the last time I checked, ram skins is hairy. It's a hairy garment. The only thing left to do is see how the word dyed and red has to do with Esau. That's going to take us to our next precept connection. This is Isaiah 63 from the top. It says, who is this that comes from Edom? That's why I showed the name change. This is Esau's descendants, Edom. With what? Dyed garments from Basra. That's the question. Well, didn't we literally just see that there was ram skins dyed red? We're about to see how that is connected to Edom being red all over like a hairy garment at the time of birth. Buckle your seatbelts. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save, wherefore you are what? Red in your apparel. See, we're talking about red. We're talking about garments. The garment is dyed. It's connected to Edom. Again, it's through the precepts you get understanding. And your garments like him that treads in the wine fat. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them. Who's the them? Edom. In my what? Anger. And trample them in my fury. And their blood, get it, blood, because the last time I checked, blood is red, shall be sprinkled, dyed upon my garments, and I will stain my raiment. At the time of birth, Esau was red all over like a hairy garment, being the hairier of the twins. They are twins. They're going to look the same. Has nothing to do with this crazy doctrine stuff, but this is the true proper understanding when you use precepts. There ain't no white man. Oh, the blood showing forth through his skin.
Now, why would he be red? Because he lacks melanin. So the blood shows forth through his skin.
Yeah, the blood is showing forth through the skin, because when you're bleeding, how in the hell is your blood still beneath your damn skin, bruh? But that applies to anybody, though. Anybody that's bleeding, they're showing blood. Their blood is not beneath their skin. 1 + 1 is 2. That's how dumb these camp doctrines are. But if you emotionalize any damn doctrine, any dumb Negro, simple-minded, will fall for it. Let's continue. We're going to go to Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Well, we just saw the damn hatred of Esau. Well, we just saw the hatred of the Most High in Isaiah. Every time you see a prophecy relating to Esau, it's destruction, destruction. Because the Most High hates that nation. Doesn't make them Europeans, though. It's talking about bloodshed because blood is red. All right, so now let's get a second witness to show that Esau being red all over like a hairy garment is in connection with blood. Nothing to do with skin color. Okay? If you have something, I'm going to tell you, if you look at something through certain lenses, of course you're going to see it because you're looking through fogged up lenses, bruh. So we're going to go to Ezekiel 16. We're going to start at verse 3 just to get right to the point. And say, thus says Adonai Yahweh unto who? It says it clear as day. This is Jerusalem, your birth and your nativity is of the land of Canaan. Just for some context, Jerusalem is talking about the nation of Israel. The nativity of their land was the Canaanites' land, which the Canaanites occupied before Israel got there. It says your father was an Amorite and your mother was a Hittite. And as for your nativity, in the day you were born, your navel was not cut. Notice how we're starting to get to the point. We're talking about birth. Well, we're talking about Jacob and Esau at their birth. Twins, remember? You can't, if you got a short attention span, this basic stuff is just not for you. So, neither were you washed in water to supple you. You were not salted at all, nor swaddled at all. That washed is highlighted for a reason. Let's go to verse 6. And when I passed by you, this is the Most High, and saw you what? Polluted in your own blood, I said unto you, when you were again in your blood, live. This is the washing. But we know it's the washing of the water by the word as far as the nation of Israel. I said unto you, when you were in your blood, live. Essentially living water. This is the washing. But notice when you go back to Jacob and Esau's birth, this is telling you that only one twin was washed. This is about Jacob, Yaakov, one of the twin brothers, only one. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Let's get a demonstration of this love. We just got a demonstration in Isaiah of Esau's hatred. Let's get a demonstration of Jacob's love. Verse 7. I have caused you, Jerusalem, to multiply as the bud of the field. You have increased in waxing great, and you are come to excellent ornaments. Your breasts are fashioned, and your hair is grown, whereas you were naked and bare. You were naked and bare at first, covered in blood. I draped you up, and I tricked you out. Verse 13. Thus were you decked with gold and silver, and your raiment was fine linen and silk and broidered work. You did eat fine flour and honey and oil, and you were exceeding beautiful. You prospered into a kingdom, the nation of Israel, of course. Verse 36. Thus says Adonai Yahweh, because your filthiness was poured out and your nakedness discovered through your whoredoms with your lovers and with all the idols of your abominations, and by the blood of your children, which you did give unto them. Child sacrifice. We all know that ugly story. Behold, therefore I will gather all your lovers with whom you have taken pleasure, and all them you have loved, with all them you have hated. I will even gather them round about against you, and will discover your nakedness unto them, that they may see you in all your nakedness, just like the day they were born. This is what it means when you see also to make Esau bare and to, uncover his secret places. This is what it's talking about, because there's another camp doctrine connected to that, something to do with skin color. It's this: if you focus on skin color, you pull it out of anywhere. The dust of the ground, skin color. It's just stupid stuff. Verse 43. Because you have not remembered the days of your youth, the day you were born, but have fretted me in all these things. Behold, therefore I will also recompense your way upon your head, says Adonai Yahweh, and you shall not commit this lewdness above all your abominations. So just how Jerusalem was born, and we know that was at the same time as Esau, the difference, because there's another, this one just crossed my mind, dumbass camp doctrine. When you read Genesis 25 and 25, well, why does one twin only get described?
Jacob was not even described here. They described Jacob when he got older. They didn't describe Jacob early. So Jacob looked like everybody else. And Jacob was a black man.
So Rabakah has twin boys. One of them is described. Why is Esau described and Jacob not described? Jacob is not described because Jacob looks like every other Abari boy, every other Hebrew child. Esau looks very, very different from his brother. That's why he is described, but Jacob is not.
Only one of them is being shown to be red all over like a hairy garment, because only one of them was hated. It didn't say Jacob have I hated and Esau have I hated. You would have to change that. The redness is hatred, destruction, bloodshed. The key word, blood, just like we see here in Ezekiel. It's talking about blood. You're covered in blood because blood is the color red. Jacob was washed off, told to live, live. Esau was never told, live, live.